Salut à tous, c'est Narges pour Le Monde Afrique. Alors aujourd'hui, rencontre avec l'une des stars de la pop nigériane, Tiwa Savage.
You give me love I never see, yo. My love, your love means so much to me, yo.
Hello Tiwa.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm perfect.
If you have to pick one of your songs right now, which one would you pick?
Definitely 49.99.
I got to get the dollar. Plenty, plenty moolah. Monkey no desk. Ikisu monkey.
49 sitting, 99 standing, coined from a song by Fela Kuti, Suffering and Smiling. So it's basically you have a transit bus, which we call a molue, and it has 49 seats, but you have twice as many people standing and, you know, trying to squeeze into this bus to get to wherever it is they're going to. So the song speaks tough against poverty and just speaking about how we can make our country better for the millions of Nigerians who have to go through this on a daily basis. It's good to have songs where you can dance to, where you can, you know, fall in love with and stuff, but you also need to, you have that responsibility as an artist to sing about social awareness.
What does Fela represent for you as an African artist, a Nigerian artist?
A revolution. He's the godfather, the creator of this genre, Afrobeat. Just a legend, an icon. Someone we all should look up to, emulate, and, you know, just in the back of our mind, just want to do stuff to make him proud of the legacy he's left behind. The young African get gas for head, they do ice to them, they see the way they have hold them, they are up to few people they fight with big money and the rest they hungry. Me I challenge your boss. It's funny because a lot of the things he sung about many years after his passing is still stuff that we're still experiencing.
You will fight them unless you won't die. You will fight them unless you won't die. You will fight them unless you won't die. You will fight them unless you won't die.
And today you are considered as one of the queen of Afrobeat.
Yeah.
How do you see this title?
I love it, you know. No, I'm just kidding. I feel blessed, honored to even have that kind of title. I also feel like, you know, I have a responsibility as one of the, you know, the artists at the forefront of this movement to represent the continent properly and at the same time being true to myself.
And how do you see the evolution of Afrobeat?
I think it's great. I love the fact that we are able to step outside of the shores of Africa, be here in Paris, you know, go to Brazil, and our music is traveling way further than, you know, even our passports is going at the moment.
If we have to go back at the beginning, I heard that you started at 16 doing vocals and singing with artists like Chaka Khana or J.Blige. That's look amazing for me. How did it happen?
I just, you know, I moved to London and then I started, you know, making friends with a lot of musicians because I had a passion for music, and I saw that they were having an audition for backup singers for George Michael, actually, and I went for it and I got the gig.
Well, I've been loved, so I know just what love is, and the love that I kissed was always by my side.
And I was shocked because I was like, wow, they're going to pay me to do what I love? Absolutely. So yeah, that's how it started. You know, when you do one, another one comes, they recommend you, and it's like a snowball effect.
And do you remember maybe the feeling that you had when you first met with George Michael, which was actually really huge at that time?
Yes, yes. The feeling was surreal. It was like I was just quiet. I didn't want to say something stupid where I'd get kicked off the job. But yeah, it was also a great learning experience for me, being close to someone as huge as he was, and just learning how to deal with the pressures of media, society, and workload, long hours, rehearsing, and just in the midst of all of that being a mega star.
But before that, when did you know that you will be, a singer?
It was that moment actually that I knew I wanted to be a singer. Before that, like most kids, you have a passion for music and dancing. But it was when I got that job that I knew that this is what I was created to do.
And the interesting thing is that to become a singer, you decided to go to school, to the Berklee Music School, to learn jazz. Why?
My parents just said, if you want to do music, you have to study it. And I was like, no, you don't. Like a lot of the huge stars today didn't go to school for music. But my African parents, it just, they forced me to, and I'm glad I did, because when I went to Berklee, I learned about classical music, jazz, soul. I learned about different instruments, and it just opened my mind up to a lot of genres that I wasn't exposed to growing up.
And did you maybe discover that this music was really linked to the music from Africa?
Yes, we even study it, how, everything originates from Africa, like every single thing, all the sounds, the rhythms, everything. You can trace everything back to Africa. So that was encouraging for me at the time.
And at that time, is there maybe a singer or a musician that you discovered? I mean, in terms of jazz? And
it was
like
a lot. Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Diane Reeves, Billie Holiday, Miles Davis, Coltrane, a lot of people. Moonlight, that was one of my favorite songs, jazz songs at the time.
What a little moonlight can do. Ooh, 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 ooh. What a little moonlight can do for you.
And when did it really start for you?
It's definitely a song called Kele Kele Love, and it came out 2011, I believe, and that was my very first single as an artist.
I know you kele kele, no kele kele love, oh. My sherry baby, oh. I know you kele kele, no kele kele love, oh. My sherry baby, oh.
On your first album?
Yes, it was on my first album.
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time, yeah.
And how do you look at this record today?
Oh, when I hear it, I'm just like, oh my God, was that really me? But at the time, it was groundbreaking because there was nothing like that in Nigeria, especially, having a girl who came off like sexy and bossy, and it was very colorful, and everyone was like, as an African woman, like you don't, tend to see that side or that image. So people it was a mixed reaction, like, whoa, we can't do this, we're African, we have to be modest. And I was like, listen, I'm the modern African woman, and I'm, wanted to just bring a different side to the industry, which it did.
And speaking on this, you also bring another thing, let's say, by, signing on Rock Nation. Back in the time, but it was also something that when we saw this, even in France, we were like, okay, we have this huge artist from Nigeria who got the attention from Jay-Z.
Yes, yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, and it was great, and they're still family to me. It was just an introduction into the U.S. market, so it was a great moment.
What did you learn from this musical journey?
Just to live your life, live your truth. The more popular you become, the more people have an opinion about you, and you just have to learn to enjoy the moment and live your life. So, yeah.
And as you said, you're just here to get a seat at the table.
Yes, just one little seat. And if they don't give us a seat, we're going to get our own table and put our own seats there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.